Sales is, are we going out and solving someone's most critical problem? And then the technical knowledge always helped me in my sales. Because when I go for a sales call, for any of the customer's pain point, I had a kind of a solution.
Yeah.
So we got into this particular niche segment, so where very few people were there.
Okay.
And similarly, in terms of selecting the product, as an entrepreneur, you are not only responsible for yourself. Okay, you are responsible for minimum at least another 10 to 15 families which are dependent on you.
True.
Or it could be even hundreds of families which are dependent on you.
Yeah.
So you can't be very, very careless about your health. And one more thing happened during our research time is that wherever or whoever we talk to saying that I want to start a senior home, so always people used to say, don't do that. Don't get into that. Out of 10 people, 9 people will say no.
Our aspirations as mankind is growing. We have begun to question ourselves and are trying to delve deep within to understand ourselves and to grow. We want to operate out of a deep sense of purpose. We have realized that humans can alter their lives by altering the attitudes of mind. Here's an attempt to connect, share, get some of the successful people to open up and in the process learn and find the best within us. An attempt to delve into their minds, thought process and attitudes. How they think, feel, operate, and what are the habits that make them who they are. In the process, accept ourselves with all our insecurities, vulnerabilities, fears, and work towards transforming ourselves and in making ourselves our better version for today and tomorrow. I'm Satish Rao. I'm a vlogger, abundance crusader, and I'm passionate about bringing in abundance in all areas of our lives.
And also I hear that most important thing besides the business aspect, in terms of personal growth for the business owners is also huge, because you get exposure to so many business owners at one go in one platform.
Yeah.
I think it's a very good goal.
Yeah, because in one chapter there are people from every other field of business. See, because earlier what used to happen as an entrepreneur, you will be focusing only on your business and your things, that's it. You are not bothered about other businesses and all. So here, each member in a chapter, he knows or he can talk about at least about 50 businesses. Okay, can you imagine a dentist or talking about the interiors, or he is talking about plastic technology, or he is talking about the networking technology or anything. So it is possible, okay, because they start learning others' businesses and then they start promoting that. Yeah.
Okay, before we talk about your further businesses, I would like to ask you one thing, Anand, is that your interest and your liking and a passion for fitness.
Oh, yeah.
Was it like from childhood? Were you keen on fitness? How did it start?
Oh no, if I have to really go back to my childhood story about fitness, okay, like I keep telling everybody, like in my school, okay, I used to be part of every cricket match. Okay, without me there is no match. Okay, you know why? Because in my batch I was the only guy who had a bat. Okay, so and then they put me in the team and put me as 11th man or 12th man, not even 11th, rather 12th or 13th person, and then I will take my bat, sit there, then till the end of the match, watch there sitting in below the tree, and then once the match is over, take my bat and go home. That's all was my games. Okay, my connection with the game. Okay, I never played, I participated in any sports in my school days. So at around the age of 40, when I went for one of my routine check with the doctor, so I came to know that, the doctor told me that my sugar level is high, and then so he tested a couple of times, and then they said that you are diagnosed with the diabetic. Okay. So I was also quite shocked at that age, 40 years diabetes. So then what he told me is like, okay, I won't start your medication right now. So if I'll prescribe some whatever routine exercises and all those things, including the walking, and then some of the diet and all. So if you just follow this, you cut down your sugar and all. So we will see to that, we will postpone your medicine for 5 years. So that was a carrot for me, like he is postponing the medicine for 5 years. So then immediately I started walking, and in the park, Krishna Park, I started walking, and then, so I'll tell you, the walking was such a boring thing actually. So it was so boring to walk for 1 hour and all. So then slowly I saw some people running, okay. So then I thought, okay, why not? Let me also start running. So then I started running, and then I came home, and then I used to tell my father that I'm just running, and then in that Pusha Park there is a marking is there. For every 50 meter there was a marking. Okay, so then what I used to do is every day I used to run for about 50 meters, and next day 100 meters, 150 like that. I used to very gradually increase, and then I used to come and report to my father, saying that so this is what. So then he had a chart like book, and then he used to maintain, saying that okay, what all every day my distance. So to my surprise, on one particular day I had already done a non-stop running of about almost 5 kilometers.
Okay.
So this was a booster for me.
Right.
So that's the time. Now it is TCS 10K. At that time it was Sunfeast 10K. It started, and then I started training with the Nike Run Club.
Okay.
So and then I did my first 10K within no time.
Serious running.
So yeah, and that was also a very good timing and all. So I liked it. So then I became so passionate about running.
Okay.
So that's how I started running.
Okay.
And then of course in between I had to take a break because of my back pain for some time.
Okay.
But again I was literally behind my doctor to saying that I want to start running
Permissions
again.
to start again.
So then I started. Now absolutely everything is gone. No back pain, and in fact, coming back to the postponement of medicine. So instead of 5 years, doctor postponed my medicine for 10 years actually. So in fact, right now I am 53. So I just started the medicine hardly about 6-8 months back. Okay. So till then, absolutely no medicine, nothing. Okay. So I used to control my sugar level only through running and a bit of adjustment in the diet. That's it.
That's it. So that's why you are a big proponent of fitness for business owners, no? Because I think you are doing a lot of initiatives for business owners to get them coaxed into doing something in their fitness.
Correct.
What is the initiatives that you are doing?
Yeah, basically, see, as an entrepreneur, you are not only responsible for yourself. Okay, you are responsible for minimum at least another 10 to 15 families which are dependent on you.
True.
Or it could be even hundreds of families which are dependent on you.
Yeah.
So you can't be very, very careless about your health. Okay. In fact, sometimes I even keep saying that you can't afford to fall sick. Okay.
Yeah.
So you should not. Okay.
So true.
And if you really look at me, I don't think I have fallen sick like that. I mean, so there are some in between, some cold that this and all comes, but nothing as a major falling sick and things like that, never.
True.
Okay, so definitely since we have such a big responsibility on us, I think we must focus on our health.
Yeah.
Okay, it's very important.
Yeah, makes sense. So coming to the question of how did you transition from networking for computers into human networking? So one transition happened with your BNI network, that's more about interfacing with humans and people and helping business grow with the givers gain philosophy. Then with your Manasum project, how did that transition happen?
Yeah. So again, one small thing I just wanted to talk about BNIs because how it is impacting the people's life. So then again I can come back to Manasum. So why I like so much about BNI is like, say for example, one day probably somewhere around night, what it could be around close to around 12 o'clock midnight. Okay, I got a call from somebody. Okay, so then he said, sir, I want to tell you something. I mean, because it was almost nearing to 12 o'clock, I picked up the call. Something must be on the emergency or whatever it is. So I picked up the call, and then the person on the other side, he said in Kannada actually. So what he told is, sir, ನೀವು next 10 ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋಷ್ಟು ಪುಣ್ಯ ಸಂಪಾದಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ. Okay, that means for next 10 not 10 varsha, for 10 janma. That means 10 lives. Okay. So that means for next 10 lives, whatever is the punya, so the
goodwill, good karma.
Yeah, goodwill karma, good karma you have earned. Now itself, he told me.
Okay.
I was wondering, like, night 12 o'clock, who is calling me and telling me this. I said, what happened? He said, see, he's a realtor. What he told me is, Sir, I've been doing the real estate business as a realtor from past over 20-25 years. Okay, today I have received my highest check in my lifetime. Okay, he received apparently about 24-25 lakh rupees check. Okay, he said this is the highest check ever I have received in my lifetime. So I'm ever indebted to BNI for this. Okay, so then I told him, see, I did not give you the referral. Okay, someone else gave you. And then he said, sir, it's not about you giving me, but I'm so thankful to you that you brought this platform to Bangalore. Okay, so this makes us to keep doing more and more what we are doing. So that was a very, very touchy moment for me. So that's the same thing. Like what I want to say is, why I said this is, so even in Manasum, so we want to make difference in someone's life. Okay, like for example, so how we started Manasum is
it's a premium retirement home community.
Okay, so just to give you a background, so Manasum is a premium retirement home, so where we take care of the elders, okay, specifically where the children are all either settled abroad or any other countries or any other cities also, okay, and then their parents are living there alone. So they require a lot of support system, okay, on a day-to-day. They can afford, but on a day-to-day basis, like right from buying the vegetables or cooking or the housekeeping or going to some place to attend a function, buying the medicine, everything is an issue. Okay, so we are solving that problem. Okay, that's the thing. So how it started is, like in my childhood, okay, I was kind of a, what do you say, the rank student in the class. Okay, I always I used to be first in my class. So what used to happen is all my relatives and everybody, whoever comes home, okay, I was the only son to my parents. Then whenever they used to come home, and they used to make fun in front of me, saying that, oh, this guy is studying so well and all those things, so he will go abroad, okay, and then he will leave you by guys in here, and then you have to find your way.
Yeah.
Like that they used to tease in front of me.
Yeah.
Okay. That could be a jovial kind of thing, but that probably somewhere stuck in my mind very seriously. Okay. Then I started thinking, at that time itself I decided, like I will never go out of this country for any of my studies or business. Okay, if at all I want to do anything, I want to do my business in India only. Okay, so that's why I never went out. If at all I am going out, I decided it should be only for holiday and things like that. Okay, so thanks to BNI, after joining BNI, almost every year I go to a conference in US for attending the conference.
Yeah.
So that time itself I decided that, okay, whatever I do, I want to start something here in the country. And later, okay, when I look back, same thing happened to all my friends. Okay, in fact, most of my friends, they have gone abroad for their higher studies, and then they settled there, and then they have never come back. Okay, so and now when I go to their houses now, so I feel that gap. I mean, their parents here are missing them, and so they are dependent on so many people. So that's how this concept, like myself and my wife, in fact later if you want to speak to her, you will get more about Manasum. So both myself and my wife, we did a research for at least about 6-7 years. We went around so many retirement homes across India and across abroad also, in US, Singapore, Malaysia. Wherever we used to go and visit a retirement home there. And then started looking at how it is functioning. Then after about 4-5 years of research, so then we decided that we should create one in India. Okay, so in Bangalore. And so that's how we started. And one more thing happened during our research time is that wherever or whoever we talk to saying that I want to start a senior home, so always people used to say, don't do that. Don't get into that. Out of 10 people, 9 people will say no. Okay, because it's very tough. Okay, taking care of seniors is not so easy. Okay, so all these kind of things. So then every time I used to hear that, my conviction used to become stronger and stronger. Okay, then finally we decided to start here.
Okay. So Anant, from your journey as a startup business owner to now, where you're a seasoned business owner having multiple businesses, what has been your key learnings from in this journey?
Yeah, definitely there was quite a lot of learnings at various stages. Okay, like for example, in the very beginning, like I had a kind of a guilty I can't say guilty, it is inferiority complex, like saying that, okay, I'm a diploma holder, okay, whether the guys who have studied B and Tech and all those, will they work for me? Okay, that kind of fear. Okay, and then always I used to feel about my studies. But once I become very stronger in my technical knowledge, okay, like for example, I used to consult in the sense the people from the lot of scientists and people in the DRDOs and all, they used to consult with me, say for the network solutions. Okay, they used to call me for any networking solution. They will always call me and say that, okay, can you give us the solution for this? So they are all whatever the doctorate, PhDs and scientists and E, F, G, H and all level. Okay. But so I used to I feel proud that I am designing the network for the LRD, designing the thing for this. Okay, so those kind of confidence I started developing. So that means self-esteem is very, very important. Okay, whatever you have done, that is the first and foremost thing. Second thing is improving your knowledge. Okay, so the improving the knowledge could be by anything. Okay, it could be reading books. I have over 2,500 books at home. So I keep reading, okay. Whenever I get a time, I'll travel and this and all. So always I will pack a couple of books and so I keep reading a lot. And then the next one is in terms of the attending the conferences, the trainings and all those things. In fact, even during my computer business time, so I was highly networked in the sense I used to take part in most of the conferences I used to attend. And then not only that, I used to be active in various associations, like wherever I belong to. So in that association, I have to play a good role. Okay, that's what I used to feel. Okay, otherwise just like that, not being for the sake of being there, but playing a role there. Okay, and then I never left. If I get an opportunity to speak, okay, so I will immediately pick it up. Okay, because those kind of opportunities always help me improve my own personality, and plus it always improved my company's reputation. Okay, because the people will identify. The Webcom was very well known in the networking field. So mainly because I used to keep appearing in some of the panels and the conferences and anything related to technical or the interviews to the various magazines like CRN, DQ and all these magazines. So if you look at in all these ways, so the personal branding, I never knew all these terminologies, so everything I used to do out of passion.
Very nice.
Okay, and I'm sure, I think all these things helped me. Okay, so that's how these are a couple of my key learnings. Then, as I keep telling again and again, I don't know how many times I would have repeated. So, the focusing on solving one of the most customers' problem. So that will definitely give you the result. See, it is why you are doing whatever you are doing is important. Okay, that means your why should be very strong when you are doing the business. Money will come automatically, but if your why is very strong, okay, this is the reason I am in this business. Okay, so definitely your returns will be high. I mean, so you need not have to focus on money. Money will automatically will follow. Okay, so focus on the why, and the rest will happen.
So focus on the why and focus on solving the customer's biggest problem. These two will be the key.
Yeah.
So what would be a message to people who are getting into their journey, entrepreneur journey, or already got into it and struggling? So what would be a message to them?
So typically, see, if you ask me, first thing is, as I told, they have something very strong why, okay, and then focus on whatever you are doing, and then keep improvising it more and more. Okay, and then probably you should be a kind of a pioneer in that particular field, whatever you are doing. As I said, in my journey in the computer field, we got into the networking and the security surveillance much earlier than the others. So similarly in BNI, so we started this in Bangalore first. And similarly for the senior homes, even though there are a lot of senior homes are coming up, so definitely we are also the early starters. Okay, so that way, so we are. If you become a little bit early starter in whatever you are doing, so that will only give you the. It will last for a long time. Okay, and so the second, the important thing is the perseverance, like in the sense. Without giving up whatever you have taken up a particular, this is the path if you have chosen after scrutinizing everything. So without any getting distracted by the other things, so just focus only on that one thing. Okay, I'm sure so things will happen. So that's how I could stay in the IT field for a long time, almost more than 25 years. Okay. Then because of passion we have come in, got into this. So now BNA is already 13 years old in Bangalore. Okay, so yeah, that's it. So
keep going.
Perseverance. Yeah.
Keep going and keep inspiring. So it's been a pleasure talking to you, Anatharam, and thank you for your time and thank you for this opportunity. All the very best to you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks for the opportunity.